Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So before we get into today's video, I just wanted to get on here and do a little intro. I had been having some thoughts while I was getting ready for the day, and I was like, you know what, let me just turn the camera on and say this. While I was getting ready, I was just filled with so much gratitude, like from the bottom of my heart, because, and I don't want to cry saying this, but like as I was getting ready, I'm like tearing up the entire time. So I don't know how I'm supposed to say this without even crying, but I'm just full of gratitude for being able to come back and do this. I truly feel so much better, and that, you know, everybody has noticed that, and a lot of people have said like, you're just different coming back, like your vibe is different, your energy is different, and I don't want to cry. Okay, but I'm just, it does not get past me that you guys come back and watch me. I'm gonna cry. It just doesn't get past me that you guys continue to show up to watch my videos, and then I get to do this, and I'm just so grateful for y'all. So that's really, you know, obviously had a lot more thoughts than that, but basically it all surrounds that thought of just being so grateful to you guys for coming back and watching me and being there for me. I know that like towards the end, like hurt people, and that is so true. And, you know, with the haters, it was them hurting me, but then as a person who was also hurt, I was hurting other people, and I realized that, and I take full accountability for some things that I've said, and you know, I just feel so grateful that it all happened that the way that it did, because it's made me a better person moving forward. And I think that was like the last piece of the puzzle for me, was coming back, was to get to a point where I could forgive the haters for what they did. And in a way I kind of understood it, because I was also a hurt person who was hurting other people, not intentionally, but by trying to defend myself. I know that I would come off snarky and not nice. And I thought that it was justified because I was defending myself. And they were being mean first, and all I'm doing is, you know, being mean back, but it's like, it's not justified. It's really just not. And anyway, just feeling like I get a second chance is a feeling that it just makes me so grateful. So once again, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being there for me through it all, deciding to come back. Like, my mind is blown. Before I came back, I was talking to Justin about like my expectations, which I tried not to have any coming back. I even told him, I'm like, I don't even want to know the views. Like, don't even tell me. Like, I just want to do this because I just want to do this. But I don't want to have any expectations. Like, don't tell me anything about it. And it's just, I really don't know what else to say other than like my gratitude is exploding out of my heart. So thank you guys so much. We're actually going to get into the motivation now, and I hope with you guys watching my videos, if I can have anything, any impact coming back, it is I hope that you guys realize that everything happens for a reason. Even the really sucky stuff happens for a reason, and we can soften in life. We don't have to be so hard. We don't have to be so determined. We don't have to hustle so hard. We don't have to be so resilient all the time. We don't have to show our strength. It's okay to break, and it's okay to take a minute, and it's okay to come back and learn how to live a softer life with more compassion and more gratitude, and learning more about yourself all the time. I'm still learning about myself, and I don't think I would ever be a person who wants to stop learning about myself. I want every year to be better than the last year, and myself be better than who I was the year before. So if I can have any impact coming back, it is that. It's just if you're feeling hurt, if you feel like something is off, try to soften into your feminine energy and be in a receiving energy, which is so hard to do. I feel like, especially for me, y'all know, like, I'm a Capricorn, I'm an Enneagram 8, like, I am an American woman who just, it's like hustle is in my bones. And I feel like it's becoming more like that in our society. And I feel like women, we gotta soften, we gotta be in a receiving energy. We have to have just, and I'm talking to myself here, just blind faith, a trust fall into everything is working out for me, not to me. Everything is going to be okay, even if it sucks in the moment. Like, just like a year from now, you're gonna learn so much about yourself. You're gonna be a better person, but you cannot get to that point if you continue to build that wall up and try to be so strong. Breaking is so necessary. I hope that through the motivation, you guys feel like you don't have to get it all done. You don't have to strive to check off that to-do list. You can just do what needs to be done. Just do your best, and that's all you can do. And everything is literally out of your control. My garden has taught me so much about that. Like, you can do the research, you can plant your seeds, you can put the fertilizer down, you can do everything right beforehand, but you can plant 3 seeds and 1 pop up. You know, or none pop up. Like, you literally are not in control. And also, another thing my garden has taught me is that you don't know what's going on underneath the surface. You know, until it pops up in your life, you don't know that it's there, and you don't know what is working out for you in your benefit underneath the surface until it literally is like, that's what this is about. And I feel like I'm literally on the other side of it now, where I'm just like, oh, that's what all this was about. So anyway, it makes so much sense to me now. And, you know, I just feel like, I hope that that is the theme throughout my channel now, which is why I could not call it just Love Meg coming back. It is Love Meg 2.0. It's a completely different person who just still loves homemaking and creating a vibe in her house, but it's a very different vibe this time. It is not having to have everything perfect. It is just giving ourselves some more grace, and that's what we need. So anyway, let's get into the motivation. I'm gonna clean up the bedroom, and then I'm gonna show you guys the recipe, the lemon chicken garlic crock pot recipe. It is so good. It's in there going right now, but I filmed it this morning, so we'll make this bed. I also need to vacuum and mop in here today too. I dusted yesterday, so I don't have to do that. But still need to vacuum and mop in here, and then I'll share that recipe with you guys, and we'll see what else we get into today. 2 chicken breasts, half a stick of butter, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, paprika, minced garlic, salt, pepper, onion powder, crushed red pepper, and chicken broth. And I'll go through all the measurements with you guys. But first, I'm going to spray down my crock pot. Almost forgot the most important part, the lemon. Stick these chicken in. So this is 1/3 cup of chicken broth here. Half a stick of butter. Teaspoon of garlic powder. A teaspoon of onion powder. I'm just eyeballing this. Half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. About half a teaspoon of paprika. I'm clearly just kind of measuring with my heart, but the recipe calls for 4 cloves of garlic. So I'm just putting in about how much I think that would be. Maybe 1 more scoop. A teaspoon of Italian seasoning. The recipe that I'm going off of also says half of the lemon zest, but I zested up the whole lemon because I wanted mine to be really lemony. And then we're gonna squeeze the whole lemon in. These lemons are seedless, so that makes my life really easy. Now I'm throwing in some salt and some pepper. And I'm just cooking mine on high. It is 11:38 right now, so I'll let you guys know when it's done. So we have a little leftover salad. I figured I would make some lunch. I also have another romaine lettuce here that I'm gonna cut up, but we've got these hamburger buns. We had our salad yesterday with our spaghetti, and the day before that we had sloppy joes, and this is all we have left from the bread. And obviously, you know, what are we gonna use this for? So I'm gonna make croutons with this, homemade croutons. I actually learned how to do this in high school. I was in a cooking class. Not that it helped me out much, because I feel like this is the first year I've really learned how to start cooking out of my comfort zone. But one thing I did take away from that class was how to make homemade croutons with leftover bread that you have. So you can see I'm just like cubing it up like that. I've got all of my croutons cut up now. So I'm gonna put them in a bowl and start to season them. Whoa, croutons overboard. So I'm gonna drizzle some olive oil on, and you wanna do a pretty heavy drizzle. Like that much. Then we're gonna do some garlic powder, and then some onion powder, Italian seasoning. Whoa, that came out fast, but that's about right. That's about how much you'll need. Definitely want a good bit of seasoning on this. Little salt and some pepper. Take your rings off, go in with your hands and just kind of toss it. So I'm gonna lay some parchment paper down. Literally learned this hack last night. But parchment paper is supposed to be wet and crumble. And then if you lay it out on your pan, it'll just do what it's supposed to do. Instead of like rolling up on the sides, it just lays exactly how you want it to. So, a little hack for you guys. Now I'm gonna put on my croutons, lay those out, and into the oven. Got it on broil. Actually, I might put it on the top rack. So, sorry. We're gonna broil these for like five, maybe 7 minutes. You don't need long. Okay, I pulled the croutons out because I saw that they were getting a little too toasty on the top here, but if you feel them, they're still kind of soft. So I feel like the top rack is just a little bit too much. So I'm gonna put them back in, but on the middle rack for maybe another minute or two, not very long. There you have it. There's our croutons. They are so good. Definitely more on the crunchy side now. Oh my gosh, definitely give this a try if you've got leftover bread and leftover salad. It makes it so good. Throwing a little French dressing on here today. Croutons. My family seriously prefers these croutons over store-bought croutons now because they're just a little softer and they just taste better. But I feel like store-bought croutons are like so crunchy. Sometimes it just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right, but these are so good. So one thing I would love to do today is clean our windows. You can see we've got some spots here and right here. I feel like it's always, yeah, I think this is because of you. But it's always so hard to show like how the windows actually look. But if I put you guys back here, y'all would be like, why the heck is she cleaning these windows? They're clean, but they're not. Also over here in our little kitchen nook, I need to clean these windows too. Look how cute you are. You got your bone? Oh, you darling. Oh. This one, and I'm not seeing any spots over here, so I don't think I'm gonna touch these because I'm not trying to make more work for myself than I need to. Our chicken is done. It was probably done about an hour ago, but Justin and Ross are not home yet. Oh my gosh, look how tender that is. So we're not gonna eat quite yet. It is just now 4 o'clock, but we're gonna wait for them to get home and then we'll have some dinner. I think I'm gonna do some rice with this, some asparagus, maybe some carrots, but I'm just gonna shred this up and then I'm gonna go do some laundry until they get back. I've also taken it off of high heat and I've got it on warm now. That way it doesn't cook anymore, it just stays warm. And when you shred it up like this, it's really nice because all the juices get all over everything. And then when you top it, when you put it on top of rice, it is so good. With all that juice that just kind of like sinks into the rice and it keeps the chicken really moist so it doesn't dry out. Put our lid back on, then I'll go do some laundry. So we just finished up with dinner and I'm about to do my outside evening routine of watering all of my flowers out here and all of the stuff in the garden. And I'm gonna plant my carrots, and I've heard that carrots can be really tricky, but we're gonna go ahead and do it anyway. And since I'm going out there, I'm gonna go ahead and transplant my zucchini and my squash. I'm about to plant my carrots, and from what I've heard, carrots really like soil that has been tilled really well. So I am planting it right here. This is where we used to have our onions, and onions and carrots get along really well, so I think this will be a good place to put them. But the thing is, with carrots, the soil needs to be tilled really deep, because if the soil is too packed, then the carrot is going to have a hard time going down into the soil, because, you know, it's like a root. We tilled it the day that we pulled up all the onions, and I just did it again. So fingers crossed this all works out. I'll know my word for last year, or my phrase for last year, was feminine energy, and that tremendously helped me in every way. It was definitely what I needed. This year, though, my phrase is everything is play. And so if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And, you know, everything just gets to be playful, which is also very much like feminine energy. But when I was picking my phrase for this year, I was really thinking like, okay, feminine energy helped me out so much. How do I dive deeper into my feminine energy? And what phrase do I need to hear that is going to help me just dive deeper into that? And everything is play is what I came up with, and that way there's no pressure on anything. Everything just gets to be playful. Nothing has to work out. You're just playing like a kid. And if I grow carrots, that's amazing. If I don't, I don't. And that's okay. Having that phrase in 2024 has been so good for me, because it's really been nurturing my inner child and treating myself like I would if Julie was doing something or Ross was doing something. If they were out here trying to grow carrots and it didn't work out, then would I be hard on them? No, like absolutely not. It would be amazing if they were able to grow carrots, but if not, obviously it's okay. It's just carrots. Everything gets to be play, and I don't expect them to be perfect, and I don't expect them to always be successful in something. So why would I expect that of myself? And it's not just in the garden, but like it's kind of been throughout, it's a theme throughout everything in my life now, and this year has been so good for me to just choose that theme of everything is play, because anytime something doesn't work out, like I'm making something like the peanut butter cookies that I made the other night, you know, it's like, oh well, my thumbprint didn't stay. If you didn't watch that video, it was the last new video that I posted, but you know, I was trying to make the thumbprint cookies, and it's like, oh well, it's still gonna be good. Doesn't have to be perfect. If it worked out, that would have been great, but if not, that's fine too. So yeah, maybe that'll help some of you guys out. Like, just if something's not working out, be like, everything is play. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I get to be a kid again, you know, like I get to just have this playful energy, and if it works out, that's amazing. If it doesn't, that's okay too. So I have tilled everything in this rectangle here, and I'm gonna try to do 3 lines. So I'm just taking my rake and dragging down with it, because carrots don't have to be put in too deep. That should be good. I've got my carrot seeds, and I'm just gonna sprinkle these in the lines. Wow, carrot seeds are tiny. I just threw down a little fertilizer with them too. And now I'm just gonna cover them back up lightly. And in the video I was watching about planting carrots, he was talking about how it's really important to keep them wet for the first 10 to 15 days. They're really not going to sprout until it's been that long. So what he does is he waters it, and then he puts boards, like a long board along the line. That way it keeps it wet. But I don't have any boards, and I come out here every day to water anyway, so I might just water my carrots twice a day and hope for the best. Watered. Look at this, y'all. I think we're gonna have another cucumber sprout. I can't be too sure yet, but I really think we're gonna have 3 and 3, which is amazing because that's how many I planted in each one. I did not expect them to all sprout, but here we are. And I think, I mean, you know, we had only one that was missing, and I think it's about to pop up, which is just crazy. Also, I gotta show y'all this thick girl. That's a radish. Look at her going. Tomato plants over here. And then also, this popped up yesterday, and this is a bell pepper. And I did not think these were gonna pop up because I put a few of them in here, and it's been a while, like 2 weeks since I did it. And so I was like, might not pop up. But yesterday when I came out here, I saw this little thing. I was like, oh snap. So we'll see if some more pop up. So now I'm gonna plant my zucchini. This is the zucchini, and this is the squash. And I'm just gonna plant these right here beside the cucumbers because they get along. and they were cracking me up because the leaves were like flat down when I planted them, and when I was watering them, the leaves started to stick up, and that was just cracking me up. I was like, okay, you guys like this. Don't make that dirty, it doesn't have to be. As I was planting the, oh shoot, I think it was the squash. It might have been the zucchini, now I don't know, but I saw this little tiny sprout right there. And so I'm just gonna leave it be for a while and we'll just see what it does. But anyway, let's go water the flowers on the porch.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down.